Hey, Cleveland Browns management.
Sit.
Thank you, Victor. See, y'all always know when I'm about to do something silly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have a question for every member of the Cleveland Browns management team. And the question goes like this. What the were y'all thinking when you signed Deshaun Watson to that ridiculous 5-year, $230 million+ contract?
Hell no.
And the best part, it was guaranteed. Mm-hmm. Every dollar of that contract
was guaranteed.
Let me say it again. Every dollar of that doggone it. Every dollar of that bull contract was guaranteed. What the were y'all thinking?
I think they were thinking they didn't have a quarterback and they figured they could do with Deshaun over nothing. Turns out they got a bigger bowl of nothing. I mean, if you look,
because Deshaun Watson,
ever since he not only messed up his career by doing you know what,
mm-hmm.
and ever since he got cut from Houston, he has not put in the work. He has not put in the effort. I don't care what Jameis Winston says. He does not put in the work. He doesn't work his butt off every day. He is lazy, and he is not an NFL caliber quarterback.
And you can tell that Deshaun Watson hasn't put in the work since he got to Cleveland. The moment they said that every dollar of that contract was guaranteed, Deshaun Watson has turned into Jameis Winston. Because he sucks. Give me this camera. Deshaun Watson, I said it. You suck. You understand that? You have sucked since Arrowhead Stadium ran out of touchdown fireworks in a playoff game. You have sucked since then.
Oh, boy. Well.
So, once again, I pose the question to Jimmy Haslett and the Cleveland Browns brass. What the were you thinking?
I told you what they were thinking.
$230 million, and every cent was guaranteed.
I told you what they were thinking. They're like, we don't have a quarterback, and at that time, I will say, they thought Deshaun Watson was better than nothing.
Oh, here's the beauty of this. Just a moment. Here's the beauty of this.
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Watson's out for the rest of the year.
So again, he's out. He was out last year.
Now, if I may be permitted to stick my steak knife in this big old piece of ribeye.
Mm-hmm.
Give him that camera.
Thank you. Deshaun Watson has not played a full NFL season since 2020, when he went 4-12 with Houston. In the 3 years since signing this absurdly ridiculous BS contract with Cleveland, he has gone a combined 9-10. 3 years, 19 games. He's gone 9-10.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And for some crazy reason, he's got the Cleveland Brass by the Planters peanuts for a $230 million guaranteed contract.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some crazy thinking in Cleveland where they think, oh, we can do something with this? Let's give him $230 million. And he hasn't played a full season for you yet?
I have your answer.
What?
It's Cleveland.
There you go.
Say it right.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Cleveland.
Well, you'd think they'd still have some sort of common business sense.
The same. Listen. Give me this camera. Cleveland is the same place that took Odell Beckham Jr. after he was past his prime. Cleveland is the same place that took Amari Cooper out of his prime. Cleveland is the same team that has never won a Super Bowl. Cleveland is the same place that holds a football Hall of Fame and nobody cares.
Now, give me this camera back. I'm going to piss a lot of Clevelanders off. But then again, of this bunch, Victor knows me the best.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows I don't care when it comes to Cleveland. I don't care. But I'm about to piss a lot of Clevelanders off by saying you don't have a sports legacy anymore. With the Browns, with this iteration of the Browns.
When did they ever?
Oh yeah,
With this iteration, just a minute.
Cleveland Browns.
With this iteration of the Browns, you trusted Deshaun Watson. In the last iteration of the Browns, you trusted Bernie Kosar. Then John Elway showed up. With the Cleveland Cadavers, I don't have to tell you who you trusted.
Mm-hmm.
And the legacy of that team ain't you know who.
Joe,
I will forever say this. The legacy of the Cleveland Cavaliers from Richfield to Cleveland is Craig Elo. Why? Say it with me, class. Because it always happens
to Craig
Elo.
I'll say Larry Nance too, though. I think the legacy of
the Cleveland Indians.
They haven't been relevant since Wild Thing Ricky Vaughn.
Exactly.
And they're not going to be relevant ever again, especially after John Carlos Stanton took care of them.
ALCS.
They don't have a hockey team, and let's hope and pray that Gary Bettman does not expand the NHL to Cleveland.
We already had the Cleveland Barons. We know how that went. End of story.
Hell, they chased motorsports out of Cleveland.
They no more sports. No more sports. And I'm saying this. No more sports.
In Cleveland.
No more professional sports. I mean, hell, you had indoor soccer with the Cleveland Force. What did that get you? A big bowl of nothing.
You want to know how bad
you had the Cleveland Crunch that replaced the Cleveland Force, and they played from 88 to 92 in the MISL. What did that get you? Just like the St. Louis Steamers, a big bowl of nothing.
Sounds like a cereal. The Cleveland Crunch.
It actually exists. Existed.
And I'll tell you something. There's a reason. The MLS teams in Ohio are Cincinnati FC and Columbus Crew. And that's it. Even the MLS knows. Cleveland
sucks.
Cleveland
sucks.
Say it with me now, Victor. Cleveland
sucks. Yes. And I know some Clevelanders, a few of them that are very dear friends of mine that I worked at Cedar Point in 05 would tell me, stop the cap when it comes to Cleveland. And my response is, hell no.
You hating. Why you be hating?
Oh, they would tell me that. They would tell me, stop the cap. They would sing to me, use a troll. Use a troll. Use a troll. I said that use a troll.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, I don't care.
When I look at Cleveland, I think like Chris Bass. What in the all types of blue hell?
Mm-hmm.
Is Cleveland doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's a new segment. What's going on in Cleveland?
It would be
nothing. That's our segment.
It would be short-lived. It would be so short-lived. Excuse me. That coffee came back to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that coffee came back to hurt. Jeez.
Not as bad as the NFL season been hurting the Cleveland Browns.
So to the Browns, the Cavaliers, and the Indians.
All of Cleveland.
And I know they're called the Guardians, but I will never call them the Guardians because I'm old and I'm old school. They will always be the Cleveland Indians to me. Just like they will always be the Seattle Supersonics and not the Oklahoma City Thunder. More on that later.
The Washington Redskins.
They would be the Washington Redskins.
Because it did not need to be changed. I don't care what the softies want to say about, that was a racial term.
So,
thank you, Victor.
By the way, the family of the chief that was on the logo for the Washington Redskins says, we want him back.
Yes.
Just not as the Redskins, under a different, more respectful name. Because Redskins was technically a derogatory term for Indians. But if you change the name, do it like the Blackhawks. They were called the Blackhawks for the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Do it like the Chiefs. They're called the Chiefs for a reason. They both honor a part of that community.
Use the actual tribe. If it was, I think it's
do
Blackfoot.
What the Illinois Fighting Illini did.
Yeah, use the actual term. If it's if they're Blackfoot, say the Washington Blackfoot.
Ooh,
why not?
I like that.
Why not? I mean, if you really want,
I'll tell you why. Sing it. That's why.
Because the term commanders
don't strike fear.
It doesn't
into any opponent.
Two things. Washington is stupid, and they've taken away two good team names. Say them with me, Brian. You know the two. The
Washington Redskins
and the Washington
Bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back the Washington Bullets, damn it.
Who in the hell are the Wizards?
Who decided?
There are no Wizards in Washington, D.C.
None.
None.
Not until Chris Jericho shows up.
And he doesn't play in Washington on the Wizards. No, he plays on the Capitals. He's called the Great Eight, Alexander Ovechkin, and he might as well be a Wizard if he is only 30 goals away from reaching that milestone of tying Wayne Gretzky.
You know, my chair got so upset at this segment it actually broke.
Mm-hmm.
We heard.
Yeah, that big metal crack,
sickening thud.
That metal crack
chair
was my chair.
But I
don't want this chair. I don't want this chair to break. Because if this chair breaks, we're all in trouble.
I have a question of the day for y'all.
Oh boy, what?
It involves a 4-letter word that starts with F and ends with D.
What about it?
Modem.
What?
Now get up.